Welcome to all my thriftinistas, my flipperistas, and my sewing sisters. We are back with a video. I know it's been a while. I'm about to show you how I created Dreyden and I's Mother's Day matching little outfits. Now, the fabric that we're going to be using is a thrifted fabric I got from the thrift shop, and this 2 yards for $2 from Walmart, the pre-cuts. This fabric is very sheer, so I'm going to be lining it. And of course, I am in a new space, so I am getting used to how I'm going to be recording in this new space. So I started out by laying out my all-time favorite pants. You guys have seen these pants so many times in so many tutorials here and on TikTok because they are my favorite pants to wear and to make. So we're back with these pants again. Okay, get used to them. I love them. I'm going to keep making them. I traced out one side via the crotch area. You guys have seen me do this so many times. I flipped them over, recopied the other side, and I cut out that pattern. Listen, get used to these pants. I love those pants. I went ahead and cut them out, but this fabric is very, very sheer. So Logic told me to get another sheer fabric and use it as the lining because they'll cancel each other out. So I just folded it up. I didn't copy the entire pair of pants, just the top part to cover up my goodies. What you're seeing here is me using Dreyden's shorts. Did the same exact thing to cut out his pattern, but I'm only showing you how I am connecting the lining pieces to the outer fabric by using his shorts because they're smaller, they're easier to film. But I did the same exact thing that I did with my pants, with his shorts. The same exact thing that I'm doing with his shorts is what I'm doing with my pants as well. Just keep that in mind. So I took the outer fabric, the lining fabric, and placed it on the bottom, and I took the outer fabric and placed it right side up, and then I took the other outer fabric and placed it right side down, and then I took the lining fabric. I basically sandwiched my two outer fabrics right sides together in between my lining fabrics. I hope that makes sense. I hope you saw exactly what I did. And then I took and sewed those two crotch pieces right there and right there. And then we did a flipperoo. That's my favorite part of makeup pants, the little flip. And then we are going to pin up that inner leg area, the inseam, and we're going to sew that up. This next part is going to be showing you what I did with Dreyden's pants, but I did not do this with my pants because mine are connected to a bodysuit. We'll show that part later. So what I'm doing is taking his waist measurement and cutting out an elastic piece. And I am stitching that elastic piece to the edge of the top of his pants. We're going to stitch it all down. We're just going to stitch it down. We're going to stretch it just a little bit. I don't want his waistband to have that stretchy waistband look. I want it to just be flat. And so this clip is long, and that's okay. So we are just going to stitch it down, and then we're going to go back, and we're going to, we're still on this clip. We're going to fold it over and cover up that elastic and stitch it down again. Like so, or like that. This clip is also a little bit long. But I was saying earlier that I did not take this step on my own pants because it's a jumpsuit, and that's done. So now the only thing left to do with Dreyden shorts is to fold and hem the bottom of his pants. His shorts. These are shorts. Goodness gracious, they're shorts. So we folded up the bottom of his shorts on each leg, and we did a zigzag stitch to complete the hem, and that is the end of creating Dreyden's shorts. The next step is going to be creating the top portion of my jumpsuit, and I needed it to be very long so that it would wrap around my shoulders and would also wrap around my waist twice. Okay, I said it right that time. So what I'm doing here is basically freehand drawing out my pattern for the top portion, the bust area. I measured how much I needed. I measured my boob. And I measured the space in between my boob, and I got 9. So what I did, I also measured from the top of my shoulder down up under my underbust. So I measured those, and I created this pattern. And in the next tutorial, like I said, I just moved into this new space where I'm staying right now. I just transitioned. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to do an overhead instead of like a behind me view, because you really didn't see what I did there, but you can see the shape of what I created. And I wanted the strings to be, the tie up part to be a little longer, so I cut an extra strip. This is what the shape of it looks like. It looks like those tops that we tie around, you know what I'm saying? So all I did was I stitched around. Okay, that's where I'm messing up. Sorry. So there is a lining piece for this as well, because it is very sheer. The lining is just the fabric itself. I didn't use the black lining for this one. I just used the fabric itself, and I doubled it. So there's 2 pieces that I'm sewing together right now in this clip. And I sewed from the bottom all the way to the very end of the strap, but I did not close the strap because, as I mentioned earlier, I created extra pieces to make the straps longer. So I'm going to be showing you how I connected the extra pieces that I cut out to make the straps longer, if that makes sense. So here you see me sewing to the end of this top piece that I created out, and I flipped it over, and I'm sewing to the on the other side all the way to the end, leaving the very end of it open. And you will see what I mean in just a moment, because this tutorial, like all the other tutorials, is all over the place. But y'all be understanding what I'm saying, and I appreciate that y'all take the time to come to these tutorials to see what I'm making, see how I'm making, and that you get it, because I'd be like, girl, this don't even make sense. But anyways, here are the extra pieces that I cut, and I cut them in half to make, you know, enough for each, for each side. And on these extra straps, I sewed all the way around and left one opening instead of leaving 2 openings like I did on the main piece. So here you just see me stitching those 2 pieces closed. And I'm going to show you how I attach the extra piece to the bodice. I can't believe y'all be watching all this whole video. I can't believe y'all be watching these whole videos all the way to the end to see what my crazy this is, because I'm an unconventional seamstress. Anyways, so I took the extra and I struggled to turn it inside out. I did cut the corners to make the corners square. And anyways, so what I did was I took that extra strip and I stuffed it inside of the main piece, and we're just gonna sew. It's right sides together, y'all, right sides together. Ooh, bless me. We're just gonna sew around that opening to keep it closed. If you can see here, I'm pinning it. So the extra strap is stuffed inside of the main body strap, right sides together. We pinned it, and now that's Dreyden's hand. It's definitely Dreyden's hand. There's his hand again. And we are going to be sewing around that opening, not sewing it closed, but sewing it around that opening in order to attach it and create a longer strap that is going to wrap around the entirety of my waist. And you will see what I mean when I turn it inside out. Now we have an elongated strap to wrap around the body, if we can get it turned inside out, which took a long time to do, but you know what I'm saying? I wanted the look, and that's what we were going for. So now we are going to be attaching the 2 top bodice pieces to the top of the shorts. This is why, not the shorts, the pants. This is why I did not do the elastic part that I did to Dreyden's shorts to my pants, because it's a jumpsuit. So I just flipped it downwards. It's right sides together, and I'm pinning it to the outside of the front of the pants. Not to the inside, but to the outside with the right sides together. Okay? If you could see that it's being pinned down. In this way, I'm making sure that all the layers of the lining from the pants, all 4 layers are lined up together, and we're just going to sew that down. We're going to sew it down. We're going to make sure that the back of the pants is not being sewed because we don't want it to be sewed. We're only sewing to the front of the pants. And the professional seamstresses, baby, they are using a serger's. I don't like sergers. I'm unconventional seamstress. I'm an unconventional seamstress. I'm a lazy seamstress. So now we are taking elastic and we are adding it to the back portion of the pants. We're stitching, we're stretching, we're stitching, we're stretching. In the way that I did not want to do with Dreyden's pants, I want to do with mine because I want it to snatch up to my waist. And this is the finished look of that. I guess I should have did a portion where I showed you how to tie it up. Thank you for stopping by. The videos are just gonna get better. Make sure you follow me on social media, and I will see you in the next video. I love you all. We're gonna do nothing but get better. Bye.